What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. So, as promised, we're doing something very greaseball, and I say that with affection. Uh, Today, we're doing spaghetti Puttanesca, which is spaghetti and a bunch of very salty, briny Italian staples. So, to start, um, as per usual, all my measurements are for a half pound of pasta. I got two thinly sliced garlic cloves. This one actually has about 2 ounces of canned anchovies. So if you buy them in the can, they're usually rolled. Just roll them out and make sure you get all the scales out of there. And also, for anybody who is hesitant about eating anchovies, we're going to fry them and they're just going to liquefy into the sauce. So it's not like you're like biting into them, for what that's worth. Maybe you like that, then that's your bag, whatever. I got about 1/8 of a cup of capers. Before you put them in, rinse them because you want to get a lot of that salt and brine out of there because there's going to be enough salt in the sauce, so you don't want it to be too salty. And I got about 8 to 10 pitted Kalamata olives. Also, you're going to have diced plum tomatoes. Just make sure it's equal amounts to whatever your pasta is. So half pound of pasta, half pound of tomatoes. So to start, you heat up, as usual, extra virgin olive oil at about a medium to medium high. And at the same time, get your pasta water going because the tomatoes are going to be the last thing that we add to the sauce. They take about 10 minutes. Spaghetti takes about 9 minutes. So ideally, you put those both on at the same time because then at the end, like we do for a lot of our sauces, we're going to strain the pasta and then throw it into the sauce for about another minute. So to start, just get your garlic in there. That's only going to be like 1 minute. So just make sure you stir it with the spoon to make sure it gets cooked but not burnt. And at the same time, have your anchovies ready because that's what's going on next. Again, the anchovies, if you keep them on there and stir the sauce, they will not stay whole. They will liquefy and almost become a paste for your sauce. So a little bit different. Like I said, it's not something you see a lot, but you know, we've done all the staple sauces, so I figured it's a good time to do something a little bit different for the bold members of the Facebook community. Anchovies are going to be about 30 seconds, and we'll go in stages. Then we'll add the capers and the olives. That's about 2 minutes. And I'll rehash this again, but after that, we're going to deglaze with some white wine, and at that point, we'll add the tomatoes. Now we got the anchovies on here. There's going to be some splatter, so just be careful for that. And at that point, bring your heat down to a medium. And just keep this stirred as best you can. And again, watch for the splatter. And just given what's in here, you know, this is a good meal when you got the night to yourself. This isn't, I wouldn't call this date night food. So this has been going for a little bit, and you want to watch to make sure that your anchovies are getting broken down. And once they start getting absorbed into the sauce and into the oil, you won't see as much oil in your pan anymore, and that is in big part why, not only for flavor, but that's why after a couple of minutes we're going to add the white wine to deglaze everything. All right, that's been pretty good. Now we'll add the capers and the olives to this. Just keep an eye on it, make sure nothing's sticking, nothing's burning. So that's going to be for 2 minutes. And after that, we're going to do the white wine. That's going to be deglazed for 3 to 4 minutes. So that's the toughest part at the beginning, just getting it started and making sure to keep it moving so nothing gets too burnt. I'm just looking at my pasta water. That's going to be at a boil by the time that white wine deglazes. So for once, everything's timed out, and that's always good. All right, we're about a minute away from adding the wine. So to let you know, tomorrow I got to do some lawyering down in Baltimore for some depositions. So a lot of times after a long week, lawyers like to have a cocktail. So tomorrow we're going to be doing the Lou DeLello special. It's a very fine beverage. So stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to be doing that. Lou does not litigate anymore, but he's still a lawyer. He deals with clients. You know, Friday afternoon, it's beverage time. All right, we are just about ready for the wine. So this is going to be for about, I would say, 3 to 4 minutes. And there's no set measurement. You just want to make sure you get the pan deglazed. And give that wine a chance to evaporate. And the flavor will be in there. So I'm going to cut away for a second, starting to do some cleanup. I like to clean up as I go, but stay tuned. We'll be back. All right, so we're back. So at this point, that water's coming to a boil, and that sauce is coming together. You can see there's no chunks of anchovies anymore. They've pretty much cooked down. So at this point, bring your burner down the sauce to about medium-low, and then you add your tomatoes and let them simmer for about 10 minutes. And then I'm going to drop the pasta in here. So now we're 10 minutes away. Everything's going to be done at the same time. We'll coat the sauce and we'll be good. That's it. All right, so our pasta is just about done and ready to be drained. Before you do so, just get a little taste of that pasta water into your sauce. So then we'll be right back to coat this into the sauce. So just do this for about a minute. It's actually like a pretty light sauce. It's not too heavy, so it's not going to be like the pasta is inundated with this sauce. It's actually pretty light. You're going to see big portions of pasta with not a lot of sauce, but ideally, you try to get a little bit of either tomato, caper, olive in each bite, and the whole sauce is infused with that flavor from the anchovy and the garlic and the oil, so you'll get that throughout the whole meal. So the one good thing I didn't mention, because I was in Delaware prepping for my depths tomorrow, they're allowing out-of-staters to go into Total Wine again. So I actually got, for the first time since quarantine started, some red wine, which is kind of nice because, being from an Italian mother, that's almost sacrilege not to have it, but I just never got around to it. So I'm happy to have some once again at my place. So there's that, which is nice. So we are ready to plate up. This is a nice big plate of pasta with all that good briny, salty, fishy stuff in there. So again, you can see from the finished product, it's not a thick sauce. It's actually very thin. It's something a little bit different to try for the bold. So there it is, our spaghetti puttanesca. Everybody have a good night. See you tomorrow.